Are you feeling stuck or confused about a big decision? Or does your manifestation feel blocked right now? Well, in this special episode, I am thrilled to be joined by my dear friend and angel expert, Radleigh Valentine. He is a creator of the Angel Tarot deck, and Radleigh is going to give you your personalized angel reading today. We're going to channel very clear, actionable guidance on your personal manifestations, calling in what you need to know about abundance, relationships, your life purpose. This is going to be a reading that is directly for you. And here's exactly how it's going to work. Radleigh and I will ask the angels a powerful question. Then Radleigh will select 3 cards. Before we reveal them, you will pause. You're going to tune in energetically, and you're going to choose the card 1, 2, or 3 that you feel energetically pulled towards. The card that you choose holds your personal, profound reading for that exact question. And if this is your first time working with your angelic guides, I want you to just relax and know that we are here to support you. Radleigh and I are here as your guides with your angels here with us to have this incredible connection. We're not alone in this conversation. It's myself, it's Radleigh, plus it's all of your angels and all of your guides with us in the same conversation. So trust that whatever messages you receive today are divinely guided directly to you. Now let's dive in and receive the clarity that you've been asking for. Welcome back to the show, Rad.
Hey.
Okay, this is going to be our favorite episode. This is going to be the one that people are going to be like, I need this forever. I'm going to come back to it 1,000 times over.
And you can. That's the thing.
Exactly. You can. Let's start before we begin to invite the angels into the space.
Absolutely.
Okay? I like to call on the angels and the guides of the highest truth and compassion to enter into this party that is us today, to the party in this barn.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a barn.
We're in a barn.
And to give us the wisdom and the guidance that we need today. Sound good?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Sounds so good. Okay. Let's ask the angels right now for our divine guidance and wisdom. What is the next step that we need to take to see our desires come into form? So Radleigh's going to pick 3 cards right now. Once those cards are down on the table, what we're going to do is you're going to choose energetically which of those 3 cards is for you just by deciding I'm 1, I'm 2, or 3. You're going to listen in your heart, but let's first pull the cards so that you can see the wisdom that you're supposed to receive. Woo, here it comes. The question is, what is the next step I need to take to see my manifestations come into form?
Right.
Okay, great. So we'll put down 3 cards. 1.
Card 1.
Card 1. Card 2. And card 3. Great. Now take a deep breath. Maybe you close your eyes for a moment. And just listen to your angels revealed to you. 1, 2, or 3. Don't think, just choose now. Okay, I chose 2. You can put in the comments what you chose. All right, let's go. Is it funny that I chose 2?
It is.
It is?
It's also perfect.
Okay, great.
Okay, so card number 1. If you were drawn to card number 1, energetically, vibrationally, then you were drawn to a card that I call 7 of Air. In traditional tarot, it's 7 of Swords. And when we think about this card, one of the things that is typical in a more fear-based kind of tarot interpretation as being something being taken from me. But the way I look at it is our peace. We're not in peace with what it is that we want to create. We're creating or manifesting from a place of fear, that we're afraid that, oh, I won't get what I want, or I'm afraid that what I'm trying to create won't come into reality. And the angels are trying to say, that's not going to work. You can run like the guy on this card, but you cannot hide. And so it's very important that you get into a space where you are clear about manifesting from faith, manifesting from joy, or manifesting from optimistic thoughts. Now, in the background, we've got a group of people. So it would be really cool for you to have a group of people that you're manifesting with. People who help you hold the energy for what it is that you want to create. People who can remind you not to be in fear. These people are sitting around a fire, right? People who can help you to create the fire that it is that you want to bring into manifestation at this time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Really? That's number 1.
That's number 1.
Now, if that resonated with you, comment below and say, hell yes, that was my card. Let us know. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready. This is me. This is number 2.
Yeah, so number 2 is Page of Water, otherwise known as Page of Cups, who
That's what
happens to
Lily
look
looks like.
Yes, exactly.
That looks like my guide.
That's
That
what
looks
I
like
was
my
going to
angel.
say. That's why it was so funny to
Wait,
me.
what the actual? Oh my God.
Yeah, she also looks
She's a
like you
mermaid.
too.
Listen, baby, I'll take it. I'll
Yeah,
take it. Tell a
right,
46-year-old
right.
woman she looks like a mermaid. Okay, thank you. So I'll take it, baby. Okay, so let's get the mermaid energy. So what's happening with that?
Well, Page of Water is this hopeful card. I mean, it's a little bit perhaps naive. It might be in a place of like, I've got this romanticized version of the way that I think things are supposed to be. And so when we see this card, it's like, okay, that's not a bad thing. It's okay to have this beautiful interpretation of the way you want to create something, but it's also important to a little bit grow up, a little bit kind of like go, I need to have a more advanced version of what I thought my dream was. It's like when we are young, we dream fanciful dreams, but as we get wiser and older, we start to see those dreams from a more mature place. And we start to be able, because of that, to manifest something so much richer, so much more amazing, and so much more fulfilling. This is also a card about trying to create your own intuitive abilities. We're really wanting to develop them. We're really wanting to create them. Maybe we're very curious about how to create them.
Curious medium. Here we
Curious
are.
medium.
Now, what's the dolphin in the background?
So the dolphin is community. The symbolism for dolphins. Dolphins are very social animals. They have pods. They live in communities. And so this card says a community is powerful. Now, I think that in every card can be specific or general. I think in your case, it's because you're building a community where people can develop their intuition and develop their more wiser, older, developed versions of the creativity that they want to bring into reality. The dolphin is about community. It's like, again, we keep coming back to this. You're not doing it wrong. You're doing it alone. So you don't have to do it alone. You can do it with angels. You can do it with a community that's being created here through your guides, your Gabby, and to be able to create that with other people's support.
What you pulled was really great for me. I really resonate with that. Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Great.
And the third card is Four of Water. Four of Water, otherwise known as Four of Cups. So here's where we've got to get our thoughts lined up, all right? Because this is a card that talks about looking at the options that are in front of you and only seeing the negative. When really we've got an angel back here. Guess who this angel is? This is Archangel Shamuel, the Archangel of Peace, but also the Archangel whose name means the eyes of God. This angel can see other options that you can't see. This is the angel offering you something, but you aren't awake. I always tell people, it's like if you ask the angels for advice and then you go to sleep, you don't pay attention. You get up in the morning and say, angels, I need a sign. And then you don't pay attention to anything that's happening around you. You're missing the point. And so this is a card that very much tells you, get your thoughts out of the negative, look for the options, look for the positive, be in a place of creation.
If you want more prosperity in your life, the angels have a message for you on the clearest path to creating abundance. So Radleigh, let's get in and ask the angels for guidance on how to create abundance.
Okay.
So once again, Radleigh's going to pick 3 cards. Once he chooses those 3 cards, you're going to tune in. You're going to choose the card 1, 2, or 3 that's best for you. And then you're going to get your direct message on how you personally can create more abundance. So you've got number 1, putting that number 1 down on the table. This is so fun. Number 2, dos, number 2, and number 3, putting it down. Okay, I've chosen 3 this time.
So card number 1. This is a card in tarot that a lot of people consider to be challenging. I just love this card because it's 8 of air, which is traditionally seen as 8 of swords. Now, in traditional tarot, which I think of being somewhat fear-based, there's lots of reasons for that, but this is a woman who is standing surrounded by swords. Her hands are tied up and she's wearing a blindfold. Very, very much entrapped, very much unable. This card, though, for me, is more about the entrapment being an illusion.
Okay.
And so what we have here is we've got this young lady, and she has already dropped her bindings. They're falling to the ground. She is taking the blindfold off, and in front of her is this sword that she can pick up in order to be able to use to carry forward and go create what she wants. And so the gate has swung open into the beautiful garden. In order to create more abundance and prosperity for you, it's important that you stop looking at your restrictions, that you stop over focusing on the ways in which you feel like you're trapped, and instead start allowing yourself to think, no, I'm a child of the divine. I have the angels on my side. I absolutely can remove my bindings. I can take my blindfold off. I can do that, and I can be in a place where I have the ability to step through the gate into a beautiful garden where, if we think about manifestation and abundance as being a part of nature, that's where the fruit is, right? That's where the flowers are. That's where all the beauty is in the garden. So it's important to get yourself out of your head from the standpoint of, I am in this place of entrapment, and instead realize, no, the angels are opening a gate for me right now into a beautiful garden, and I can create.
Oh, I bet a lot of people right now that just heard that are resonating with that as it relates to their abundance.
Yes.
If you chose number one, let us know what your experience was with that one. Okay, let's see. Number two.
Number two is Ace of Water. Ace of Water.
Another mermaid.
It's another mermaid. So Ace of Water is this card that talks about new opportunities, new choices. It can mean a new home. So if that's something you're trying to manifest right now, pay special attention. But this is a card where we are asked to listen to our intuition. We are asked to listen for the signs from the universe. This is where emotion guides us. We so often think about abundance and prosperity from the law of attraction, where we're thinking about, it's all about my thoughts. This card says, no. It's about your feelings. What are your feelings on this particular situation? Are you in a place where you are anticipating the emotions of joy, or are you anticipating the emotions of disappointment? But it's locking onto those emotions of joy. If you're wanting a new home, or you're wanting more financial abundance, or there's something you're wanting to create, feeling the joy of what it will feel like when you have those things in your life.
Oh, yeah. Feel it through to the end. Yeah.
Feel it through the end.
Yeah, as the wish is already fulfilled.
Yes.
Nice. All right, number three. This is my card.
Yes, it is. It is. So it's Five of Earth. So Five of Earth is a card that talks about where we are sensing lack in our lives and we are wanting to not feel that anymore. In traditional tarot, this is Five of Coins or Five of Pentacles, and it's a card that literally looks at where we are feeling wounded, where we are feeling like, oh, this is not going my way, and instead what we need is to notice that help is with you. In traditional tarot, the church was considered to be the only place where you could get help. Remember, tarot is 600 years old. So there probably weren't a lot of charitable organizations unless they were related to the church. And so it's traditional to have this sort of church-like kind of symbolism in the card. But I would tell you that your help comes from within and from your connection to the divine. Help comes from the angels. And so where we have had this sense of, I am feeling a loss in my life in this aspect, this card would indicate to you, please notice that there are daffodils here, and daffodils are springtime. I don't know about you, but for me, there's hardly any kind of flower that resonates with so much joy for me than seeing those yellow daffodils come out of the ground or show up in the garden center as the joy and the hope of springtime renewed. And so when we see this, we have that aspect. Taking care of her is Archangel Sandalphon, as an archangel we have not talked about, and he is the archangel of prayer. And so when we are feeling this place, prayer becomes essential. The need to allow Sandalphon to take our prayers and deliver them to the throne of the divine, and then bring them back to us in answers we can understand.
Wow. Love it for myself. That made a lot of sense for me. Good. What about those of you out there, if you're seeking clarity in your relationships, the archangels have a message for you.
Okay.
So we're going to pull a card, 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Pulling that card. So if you're looking for some messages in your relationships, you want clarity in your relationships, Radleigh's pulling 3 cards now. And once we pull those 3 cards, you're going to choose if you are 1, 2, or 3. We're going to tune in together. So let's go. We got 3 cards.
Okay.
1. This is I wanted the relationship one too. 2. Oh, we got 2 for 2. Do you get a jumper there?
We can do them together.
Okay, 2.
Okay.
That's together too. And 3.
Huh.
Okay. All right. So
Ready?
I'm going to choose, I think, 2.
Okay. I like that for you.
Okay, great.
Okay. So card number 1. In relationships, this is 2 of fire. 2 of fire. So 2 of fire is about partnership. It's about having a relationship where there are 2 equal parties, not one that does everything and the other that just coasts along, but 2 people. And this card also does talk about the next step, the next phase. If we look at the chronological order of the cards, Ace of Fire is the first step. 2 of fire is where, okay, well, we did the first step. What's next? So with this card, we have the redefining of partnership, the redefining of relationships. If you're in one, you may be needing to find balance. You may be needing to find the sense of energy where things start to be more of a co-partnership instead of 2 people in a partnership trying to manifest 2 separate things. So it's about that alignment. If you're not in a relationship, this is a card that's really telling you, make sure that your next relationship already has this built in. Okay.
That is such a good card.
Yep.
That was such a good card.
So now we have a story that is similar but different. And so we have 2 cards. So these cards are both major arcana. Major arcana cards are big moments in our life. That's the big stuff that happens. And so we have 2 cards. I love both cards. The first card is the star. The star, when you wish upon a star, right? This is where you are like trying to create the dream. And so, but what we have here is faith. This archangel is Jophiel, the archangel of faith, and she is pouring water out of 2 jugs without any concern that the jugs won't be filled back up. She knows that these containers are infinite. She knows these containers have infinite energy and infinite amount of emotion and abundance to bring to us at any given moment. And so this card encourages us in relationships to go for the gold, to have your wish, to understand what your wish is, and then go for it at faith. This is Archangel Zadkiel, all right? And so if you'll notice, there's something wacko going on here, all right? I swear I've never pulled these 2 cards together before.
Really?
And I've been pulling cards since I was in my 30s.
Okay.
And so these 2 cards together is amazing because both cards have an angel with 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the water.
Wow.
Right? And so what does that mean? Well, one of them is grounding and one of them is emotion. And so the need for balance, the need for a balanced relationship in this interpretation of the card that I've created. And by the way, for those of you who are traditionalists, this is Temperance in traditional tarot. I only changed the name because nobody knows what temperance is, but they understand balance. And we've got the cool side of the rainbow in one cup and the warm side of the rainbow in the other cup. And it's only when those 2 sides come together at the top that there's a full rainbow. And so in order to have the full color spectrum, and what are rainbows? Rainbows are divine promise. To have the full perspective, to have the full rainbow, the full promise, you got to have both sides. The fire and the water, the coolness and the warmth, the place where those 2 things come together to create something beautiful.
Wow. Love that very much for myself.
Yes.
Too.
And then the last card is strength. So what is strength? Think of this as inner strength, but it's also more than that. In traditional tarot, this is a woman, and you can't quite tell, is she trying to force open the mouth of the lion, or is she just gently opening the mouth of the lion? The importance is in interpretation, because in the strength card, what we see is the desire for strength through kindness, the need to bring kindness into a relationship. Forcing something is not going to work. It's about the kindness in it, but it's also about having the own emotional strength that you need to bring into the relationship to allow it to be worthy of your time. This is an alliance. This is Archangel Ariel, who brings in abundance and strength. Her name means the lioness of God. And so she's here, but she's here with this lion. And this lion looks so content. We think of him as the king of the jungle, but really here he is this powerful energy that is come together with this beautiful angel to create contentment. So she can place a crown upon his head, and so he can feel that energy, or she, it doesn't matter, gender not specific, but they can feel seen in the relationship. They can feel known. They can feel like I am the prince for them, but it's also important that they are the prince or princess to you.
Those were perfect for relationships.
Yeah.
Those were absolutely gorgeous.
That's how it works.
Beautiful, gorgeous.
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's how
it
thank you,
works.
angels. So, Rad, let's finish this with one card for our spiritual community.
Okay.
So you're here, you're watching Dear Guides, you're watching Dear Gabby, and you are part of this community. You keep coming back. You've made it to the end of this video. This last card that Radleigh is going to pull is a card that is going to give us, as a community of spiritual seekers and spiritual students and spiritual guides in the world, a message. This is our message. Oop, we had a jumper. So when you get a jumper, is that the card?
It's going to be our card.
It's going to be our card. So if you ever have a card that jumps off your deck, that's your card.
If it's a one card spread, yes.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, great, because it's a one card spread.
It is.
There it is. Let's go.
Okay. It's 6 of fire.
Oh.
Victory.
Wow.
Success. This is where you are in the right place at the right time to be able to create what you want. Now, this can be hard-won success. There are challenges that may have led you here, but this card wants you to know it's here. Your moment to raise your flag. There's symbolism here for the rest of Tarot, because here's the sun. The sun in Tarot is also success. It's beautiful blazing. So you've got these two cards that are kind of coming together to create this energy. Down on the bottom of this card is a U. That means Uriel, who keeps showing up for us time and time and time again, helping us to have the epiphany we need, helping us to emotionally heal, helping us to transform our lives. And so you've made it to the end of the video. As Gabby was saying, this is the card that says you're on the right path to create what you want. Get ready for the victory lap.
Get ready for the victory lap, my friends. Get ready for the victory lap. I love that. That is beautiful. So when we pull these cards for ourselves, okay, what is the best thing that we can ask the angels? What's the greatest way to invoke the angels into the card deck reading?
I think it depends on where you are.
Okay.
If I don't mind the question. There's a question that people use a lot, and it's, what do I need to know right now? I don't mind that question, especially for perhaps beginners or people that are not feeling any kind of pull in this particular moment to a question. There's nothing that's like heavy on their heart. Then I think that's fine. But mostly I like to talk to the angels in specifics. I think this is something that your friend Marianne
DeMarco,
says all the time. Be specific, be specific.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's really important to be specific about what you care about. But you also, if you're pulling cards for yourself, if you are very emotionally charged about the answer, then your ego is going to try to interpret the card instead of your spirit.
That's right. Beautiful answer. Yeah. If you are trying to control the outcome of your card, then you're going to get in the way.
You might get in the way.
Yeah. I got the messages I needed to hear today. So thank you very much. Thank you, angels. I hope that everybody here has received their personal reading, that it's given you some real clarity and some insight today. And I want you to always remember that we're being guided and we're being supported by our angels and our spirit guides and our friends like Radleigh's energy is always with us. And I, again, always want to give you my free meditation. So to deepen your connection to your spirit guides, you can get my free spirit guide meditation. The link is in the description or in the card above. And you can also go to deargabby.com/spirit guides. And for my Gabby coaching members, check out the Trust the Universe challenge in the app, because that is a place where you can start to really get a deep dive into strengthening your own connection to your angels and to your spirit guides. And I'm going to link all of Radleigh's books below. We've got Radleigh's books here. We've got Radleigh's tarot decks below. And I just want to really just acknowledge you, my friend, for being such a divine channel for our readings today. Thank you for giving us our beautiful readings today.
To do it.
If you've made it all the way to the end, you are committed to this path and you're really, really showing up for yourself, for your spiritual connection. I always want you to leave me comments. So leave me questions below. Let me know what miracles you received in your reading today. Radleigh's going to jump in and answer some questions, as we always do. Together, we're going to tag team the comments and the questions. So just let us know what's going on for you, what other spiritual guidance you need to receive. And as always, I want you to subscribe, like, and share this channel, because we are creating a movement. We are victorious, as we got in our card today. We are creating a movement of spiritual, like-minded souls, and you are here for a reason. You came to the show for a reason. You're part of a community. And let's grow our community together by just subscribing to the channel, pressing that like button, and sending off a message to your friends who may want to get their own card reading today. I love you. I'm proud of you for being here. Stick around for the miracles. If you want to take this further, if you want to be on the journey of Dear Guides and experience us live, on November 21st, I am leading Dear Guides Live, my first of what will be many. I'm definitely going to do one with you down the road. Dear Guides Live in New York City, November 21st. We're going to have Marianne DeMarco, Radleigh Valentine, and Rebecca Rosen live on stage with me, helping you connect to your own spiritual support team, your own inner wisdom, and your own psychic abilities. You can go to deargabby.com/Dear Guides Live. This is also going to be linked in the description. Now, if you want to go deeper, watch my video on how to develop your psychic abilities with John Holland. Check it out here.